video is being shown to you under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Smash that like button. Let's go. Up, it is your girl Survivor Speaks, and we're back. So, look at my glasses, this dirty all. Y'all got me out here running. So there is a partial verdict that came out. So they do have a verdict on counts 2. Hey, AOBD, thank you for being the first one here. They have a partial verdict. Now, I see that Diddy's team is already fighting. So they have a partial verdict on everything, all counts except the RICO. So we're going to just get into this thing and see whether or not, because they said something about giving let me get it right, because I don't want to, they're saying something about having a Allen rule or whatever. Let me see. All right, let me get down to where they are. There is a partial. Make sure you smash that button and like button, AOBD, since you're the first one here. And I appreciate you for that. So they do have a partial verdict. All right. And so they were. All right. So let me just bring it right on over, because I don't want to. Yeah, this is a lot. So if they were able to reach verdicts on counts, let me see, what is it? You felt guilty, AOBD. I don't know if they're going to allow his attorneys are saying they don't want a partial verdict. They want them to go back and continue to deliberate. The defense is saying they want an Allen rule. I believe I'm saying that right. Maybe let me make sure I ain't messing up. And people are so, I just don't understand. See, so the judge says right here, we have received a note at 4:05 p.m. today. It reads, we have reached a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are unable to reach a verdict on count 1 as we have jurors on each side. How should we respond? So Comey says we are preparing a modified Allen charge. So I did get his name right. I was like, his name starts with an A. I believe he said Allen, because an Alfred plea is something different than Al. So they already got Alfred. So yeah, y'all get it. Y'all get it. Okay. So Agnifilo says, we proposed you tell them to continue deliberating and that you not take the partial verdict. No modified Allen charge. The judge said, with the defense request, I bring the jury out to say that. Y'all know after he started talking to, thank you, Universal Tea with Marie. Thank you for the $3 super. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I did, but it showed 0. I tried it again. It was 0 again. What happened? Okay, so let's get back to this, right? So after they conferred with Diddy, they said yes. So y'all know that Diddy has been on stage. He's been on stage for the when they did closings. He's been on stage. Like they said, he put on this big puppy doll face, and so he's on stage. So of course he says, yes, let him bring him out, because he wants to look, because he was already looking crazy. I just didn't read up top because I didn't want us to get too far behind. He was already looking crazy when they brought the slips out there, but they just say a verdict is in, a partial verdict is in, but they're not going to give Diddy's attorneys what the verdict. That will go straight to the judge, from the bailiff to the judge. Then the court reporter looks at everything, and then they do what they do. So, sorry, that's all. No, that's fine. Thank you so much. No, that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate the 3. Thank you so much. Spidey, since it's AOB 2.0. I'm not doing this with you. But y'all look at here. Look at AOBD, please. 2.0. Why? Why did I ever tell you how to? I can't. So okay. So So of course, Diddy says yes, and so the judge says, "Okay, email me your proposals each side. I'll wait. I could give a modified Allen charge, or at some point, I could tell them they could return a partial verdict. Email me. I'll wait." So they're on a break. So yeah, we're just waiting for them to email him. Let me just refresh and make sure. Email them. So I think I want to say, so let's go back up to the top. I'm going to go back up to the top for when they brought him out. Because I was like, oh, we've been stuck on dead all day. Then I look, I said, oh, shoot, this is my fault. You know what? I'll take full responsibility for this. You can make 98 more. 98. 90. I knew it was quiet in here. I didn't even tell you can make 98 more. I can't wait to see it. But y'all, so okay, let me go to the bottom just to make sure they are still on break. And then I'm going to go back up to the top when they first brought him out. All right. All right. So they still break. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the judge needs to go over what each side is proposing. So see, there was a shuffle in the court, right? Everybody that's here, make sure you hit that like button. It's a free way to support the show. I appreciate you all for coming over here and rocking out with Survivor Speaks as we move through the ending of the Diddy trial. So there was a big ruckus earlier, right? And so people that were on so there was a big ruckus earlier, right? The only person that was in the courtroom was Diddy's mother. And they, emotional time, people can't tell her not to support her son. That's number one. We can't do that, even though he's done some things that none of us like, and we feel like he should not be on the street, whatever. That's still her child, right? But they said that all the family just started coming. So that's why they were saying it was a verdict in today. So, they got a 4th of July party booked for him, all types of stuff. They got parades and everything booked for him because they say he coming home. So they did this prematurely about like 2 weeks ago. Messing around with Kanye West. Yep. Messing around with Kanye West, a mess. All right, so let's go. So 4:15, it says, after a long haul, now Combs, Agnifilo, Steele, and Shapiro are back in the courtroom. Meanwhile, the U.S. Attorney's Office belated docketed emails to the judge after Inner City Press request. They were told to do so at latest at the end of each week. But, oh yeah, he's been on their heads. So AUSA hands the piece of paper to Combs' attorney Agnifilo, who passes it on. Driscoll confers. So Driscoll is the appellate attorney. He already has an appellate attorney on his team. So Spidey senses. You know what? He gonna switch. I gotta. You know what? You be in my head. I have a Survivor Speaks 2.0 page. I just want to let you know because so you see that I didn't just do it. It's up, but I wasn't gonna say anything until I got some work to do on it because I just switched it or whatever. And I didn't even talk about it yet with my peeps. So, but I just want to let you know because I don't want you to be like, oh, Survivor Speaks now, she got a 2.0. No, go ahead and pull it up. That's me. Follow that page too. It's going to be a mess over there. But anyway, so AUSA hands a piece of paper to Combs Agnifilo, who passes it on to Driscoll, who is an appellate attorney, confers with Westmoreland. Sean Combs will not be brought into the courtroom from the holding cell. He is. So at 4:21, Sean Combs is brought. He stands with his hands in his pockets as Agnifilo speaks to him. His other lawyers come and huddle around him. He sits down. Sean Combs is sitting surrounded by his 8 lawyers who are talking. He is looking down, his hands crossed on his lap. Sean Combs started rubbing his eyes, one with his thumb and the other with his index finger. His lawyers continue talking. Now Nicole Westmoreland to Xavier Donaldson. Agnifilo goes forward, then returns and hands Sean Combs the piece of paper. He stares at it. After talking to Agnifilo, Sean Combs looks down again, resting his head in his right hand. We have received a note at 4. So this is what we just read. We received a note, Spidey. You know what? We have received a note at 4:05 p.m. today, and it reads, "We have reached the verdict." So yeah, they reached the verdict on all counts except number one. His attorneys do not want the verdict to be read. They want them to continue to deliberate, and I think I know why he's doing that. Probably because of the family or whatever, and they just don't want nobody to know yet. But from all the questions that they were asking, it appears, and we are only speculating at this point, it would appear that they found he was, found guilty on those other charges. Because the last thing that they asked for Cassie's, the transcripts for the Intercontinental Hotel and the Canis Museum. Now, at the Canis Museum, that's where they got on the plane, and that they were on a yacht, and he threw her off the yacht. So they got on the plane, boarded the plane. She switched seats with somebody on the plane because she didn't want to sit by him. Cassie did. He switched seats with the person next to her, opens up his laptop, and proceeds to play a freak off tape. And he told her, if you don't, have a freak off with me, once the plane lands, I'm going to leak this tape. And it was a freak off tape video, that she thought that he had deleted, because that's what he told her. So it was also like, that's coercion, and playing in her face, saying, I know that I told you I deleted this, but I didn't. And he was supposedly had deleted the cloud. So when they landed, they had a freak off. So that right there alone is one of the RICO predicates alone. So did they find him guilty or not? Because that is one of the RICO predicates. They only need one more. So I'm not sure what they doing. And maybe is that the reason for this Allen? Let's see what's going on now. All right, let's see if they, because, I think that this is probably going to take a little time, but for the judge to go over what they're proposing. Okay, so somebody's happy. So in the well of the courtroom, everyone but Donaldson is in their seat waiting. Sean Combs is leaning back, his legs are crossed. He does not look happy. But he does not know what the verdict is. He cannot know what the partial verdict is. They don't normally tell his attorneys. They don't normally tell the government what the verdicts are. However, they hand the verdict sheets to the bailiff, and the bailiff hands it to the judge. The judge takes a quick glance and normally gives them to the court reporter for the court reporter to do whatever that she does with them. The document, make sure they all are filled out correctly, and then they normally give it back to the judge. So we don't know whether what they're going to do until the judge gets these proposals, because the government is wanting him to give them the modified Allen charge, and the defense doesn't want that. So while we waiting for them, let me pull up this modified Allen charge. Hold on a minute. I need to see what this is. Like, they got my pressure up. Hold on. Let me look that up. Chill. They just can't be doing stuff like this. Hold on. Just let's wait and see. Nink's high, I think, because it's split, meaning they probably found him guilty on some stuff, just on an assumption. Yeah, they could find him guilty. Nink's welcome, and hi to you, welcome. They could find him. It could be guilty or not guilty verdicts, because we have two verdicts. They haven't said anything, but I'm thinking that he's probably already thinking in his mind from the questions that the jurors sent out to the judge to answer, and then they requested some transcripts, and oh my goodness, they wanted to put in there that Cassie had a $30 million lawsuit, and they said no. So here it is: a modified Allen charge, also known as a dynamite charge, is a special instruction given by a judge to a deadlocked jury to encourage them to reach a unanimous verdict. It's a more neutral version of the traditional Allen charge, designed to avoid coercing jurors while still urging deliberation. Here's what you need to know. Key features of modified Allen charge: purpose: used when a jury is deadlocked, cannot agree on a verdict, encourages jurors to re-examine their views without outright pressure and dissenters. How it differs from a traditional Allen charge: it's less coercive, balanced, it has a neutral tone. So it avoids language that might shame or intimidate holdout jurors, reminds jurors to stick to their convictions if genuinely held, focuses on the importance of deliberation, not just an agreement. Typical language: each of you should listen carefully to the other's views, but only change your mind if convinced. No juror should surrender an honest belief just to reach a verdict. When it's given after the jury reports a deadlock, usually days into deliberation. This is only day 2, and that's like a day and a half. So judges use it cautiously to avoid appeals claiming jury coercion, which I think is a great thing. And so instead of what is his name over there? Agnifilo just want them to say, oh, just keep deliberating. But they want to put this modified Allen charge in, like to tell them what they can and what they cannot do. See, on the defense side, whether people like it or not, on the defense side, they're just looking for ways to get through loopholes on the defense side. And so, the the government they're way more polished. And the thing is, Agnifilo is Diddy's lead attorney. I know that it was Diddy's choice to have Agnifilo give the closing arguments. So the closing arguments that he gave were so misogynist, it bothered a lot of people, to the point where his wife said, and I think she said this to save face. His wife is the attorney on the how do you say his name? Mangione? Yeah, that guy. She said that was the best closing statement that her husband ever gave. I was offended. Everybody in the courtroom should have been offended. You are a professional. You're being paid millions of dollars to defend this man. But this is why I truly believe that Diddy told them what to say and wrote the second half of their closing. Because they said Agnifilo was doing fine. He had a great rapport with the jurors. But when they took a break and came back, they saw Diddy writing something and pushed it over there for them to give to him. And that's when he went off the rails. Talking about Cassie can take it. Cassie is gangsta. She can take more than one guy at a time. If she's into sex. And I'm glad about that. Agnifilo, you really out. Yeah, he was doing too much, and a lot of people got turned off by that. They said even the jury was like, what do you buzz? So yeah, so the 12 angry men scenario, where one holdout juror sways the rest, is the opposite of what a modified Allen charge tries to avoid, forcing consensus. Okay. So that's what it is, y'all. They're gonna give them another instruction, but it's just, you said just on assumption. Because it split, mean they probably found him guilty on something. Yeah. Oh, Nick, I did read that before. Yeah, I'm the way they asked the question. I know the distribution. They probably have a guilty verdict for that, because that's one of the questions that they asked. And they could not tell them. The judge could just point them to where they could find the answer for that. He's definitely going to try to appeal with on ineffective counsel, but then he also has to remember that when the judge spoke to him about whether or not he was testifying or not, so him being Diddy, he stood up and the judge said, "How are you doing today, Mr. Combs?" He said, "Great. And I just want you to know you're doing a great job." They said the judge was like, "Okay, and so what we here for?" Like, boy, if you don't sit down somewhere trying to, child, this is a mess. This is enough. After this, I'm assuming we end up with the hung jury on most counts that are straight. Boy, shut up. Okay. So oh gosh. Okay. Judge says, "I received each side's proposal. Mr. Agnifilo, your proposal, there is not much there. We are not remotely at the place where the jury needs more to deliberate efficiently. They are remarkably efficient. They already have 4 verdicts." Boy, shut up. Okay, so the judge said, "I wouldn't call the government's proposal on Allen charge. It reminds the jury of the instruction I previously gave on the duty to deliberate. I could simply recite from the jury charge." Okay, so he's saying this is what again, your verdict must be unanimous, but you are not bound to surrender your honest convictions concerning the effort or weight of the evidence for the mere purpose of returning a verdict or solely because of the opinion of other jurors. Each of you must make your own decision about the proper outcome of this case based on your consideration of the evidence and your discussions with your fellow jurors. No juror should surrender his or her conscience beliefs for the purpose of returning a unanimous verdict. So he says, we're not at the point yet. I'm not saying we wouldn't be at the point on Thursday or Monday. Child, you better sequester that jury. Let's wait and see. I'm putting stock in that they have reached verdicts on 4 counts. I'm going with that, but I may give more later. All right, so they're going to bring the jury out. And basically, he's just going to reiterate what the instructions that he gave them and tell them to go back and try to deliberate. Meanwhile, you're going to have Sean sitting at the table looking like a lost puppy. And that's going to be that. Trying to garner some sympathy points, because of whatever. Even on the other counts, he won't get that much time, but he still can get a pretty significant amount of time. So, all right. So he's just saying, Sean, you're not going to be out for the 4th. And he don't want to hear that partial verdict either. So the judge says, I can tell them that they could return on July 3rd. We could arrange that. What do the parties think? Ms. Comey says, we'd like to give them the option to deliberate on the 3rd. 1 second, Your Honor. The judge says yes. Child, Puffy was like, I was supposed to be released today. Child. People are swarming like they are on crack, waiting for this to come out. Child. This is a bit much. It's a bit much. But, oh yeah, Allie, you're here. I just saw that. Just make sure if you're here and you may have to run, please smash that like button. It's a free way to start to support the show. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Just in case you got it wrong. So, it doesn't tell me who likes the verdict. The verdict. Oh my goodness. Listen to me. It doesn't tell me who likes the video. It just adds the like to the count. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, let me just do a little something right here while they are working. Oh, y'all, you know what? We could talk about until we get here. So, um, Gina Hume. Gina Hume decided to, for those of you who don't know who Gina Hume is, she is one of Puffy's. Hey, for always, we have a partial verdict on counts 2 through 5. They are not, they are not clear on the count 1, which is the RICO. So they're going to just send them back to deliberate. They're going to open up the court tomorrow if they don't get a verdict, the rest of the verdict today. And Agnifilo was even saying, or today or Monday, y'all better sequester this jury. That's all I gotta say. Like, listen, y'all need to sequester this jury because this is not going to be good for y'all. But we need to talk about Gina Hume, y'all. We need to talk about Gina Hume. How Gina Hume has popped out and made a statement because Aubrey said if they let Puff, if he's released, she's leaving the country. She fears for her life. Gina Hume goes, y'all, I don't believe it. Like, I think the TMZ people are definitely in the pockets of whatever because they flip and flop so much. It's horrible. So Gina Hume was in Whole Foods and TMZ allegedly just excuse me, y'all. TMZ just happened to be outside of the Whole Foods where she was at, and like I said, Oreo Day said that if they release Puffy, she's leaving the country because she doesn't feel safe. Gina says, "Oh, I'm not scared. He's never done anything to me." Y'all, I'm gonna have to go over here. I'm gonna have to go over here and pull up the Tasha K video. Cause what we not gonna do? What we not gonna do is act like that man didn't, according to you. What we not gonna do is act like that. We're not gonna act like you didn't do that interview with Tasha K. Okay? We're not gonna act like that. But you want people to believe that he has done nothing to you. Child, we're gonna hear from her mouth. So let's see what they got. All right, so they're on the break. Okay, so the judge says, I'm going with that, but I may give more later. I could tell them that they could return on July 3rd. We went through that. So it's Agnifilo says, our preference is that you don't tell them now about Thursday. They be doing too much. Yeah. We gonna listen to it. We gonna listen to it. Oh, okay. So the downside is that the jurors might feel rushed to reach a verdict to avoid the Thursday issue. Let them deliberate tomorrow. You could ask at the end of tomorrow, who you talking to? Mark, who you talking to? Who you talking to, Mark? Child, the judge says so. The defense will have no objection to them deliberating on July 3rd. Agnifilo says no objection if they want to. So you're going to have to tell them anyway, right? Because you're saying if they want to, you have to give them an option. This is just not me. Okay. So it says, okay, let's bring back out our jury. Oh gosh. Agnifilo is just like, I wish a judge saw Romanian would tell him, listen, you need to sit it on down. Who are you talking to? All right. So, and yeah, and Gina had to get paid. Gina still spoke to the feds because she was listed as a witness. And if she think that he is not going to get her back, not going to get his get back, him being in jail for these couple of months, if he was to be released, that this not going to he going to try to spin the block and come back even stronger. So, all right. So let's see if they brought the jury back in yet. All right. So. Wait a minute. Oh, I was going to say, like, what's going on? That was my bad. Okay. All right. So the judge says, all rise, and the jurors enter. Says, welcome back. I received your note that you have reached verdicts on counts 2 through 5. I ask you to continue deliberating, discuss and weigh your respective opinions dispassionately, and follow my instructions on the law. All right, let's refresh this. Do it like this. Because I don't understand how they can. Well, if they are guilty verdicts, I don't think that they can get to those guilty verdicts without getting to the RICO. And the thing is, if the government, and I say that is on the government, because if you know that you are going to be charging Christina Quorum and the rest of them, then they are, you have co-conspirators that are sealed. Notes my okay. So the defense request. Okay. All right. Let's go back down here. So the judge says, I ask you to return to the jury room. If you decide you are done for the day, send me another note and I'll bring you back out to the end of the day. The jurors leave. Everyone can go back to doing what they were doing, and we're back on a break. But at least we know that we do have verdicts on the counts 2 through 5. So they just need to come to a unanimous decision on the RICO. They need to talk it out. Maybe they need to read the jury instructions over again. But I think if they don't have a verdict by the time that they leave, the judge may, propose that modified Allen instruction, because he said he could change it by the end of the day. So, okay, so this is the defense. Y'all won twice today, because he did allow them. He did allow them to enter. He allowed them to enter a Instagram post that Cassie made 4 years after this alleged incident, that said that, where she said that it is DV, but it's more to that. She said, and much more. So that could be anything. That Instagram post didn't really mean anything. So I'm not sure what they are doing. But anyway, let me pull up really quick, and let's look and see what Gina said. This should go right there. The new American dream now is to leave America. Well, bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. So, okay, so let's see. Let me pull up Tasha K video. Shout out to Tasha K. We're gonna be using the audio. I'm not gonna put her up on the screen, and with no problems. Listen, but I just don't like the way, like. As a matter of fact, let me pull that up. Let me pull up the TMZ. Let me pull up the TMZ. TMZ Gina. Hyun. All right, there it is. All right, here she is. So this shout out to TMZ for this video. Diddy's ex Gina Hyun says she won't be scared if he walks free. He's not dangerous. Yo. What do we? I just gotta wait. You know, they got all types of stuff running and stuff. I don't understand why we're doing this today. I really, really don't understand why we are doing this today. Hold on. Hold on. Because they kick her off real fast. She gets going real fast. They kick her out. They kick her out. Gina, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here with that bush. It's like, no, you know, I'm telling you, TMZ got something is going on with TMZ and Diddy's camp. I mean, I don't know. They got him on the payroll. Something is going down. What happened? Oh, let me put it on the screen. That's what happened. Okay, so here we go. Let me turn this down a little bit so y'all can hear this little TMC. Did y'all finish with y'all little
Hi Gina, how you doing? I have a quick question for you. You think Diddy's gonna win this trial? Before you go, that's what I want to know. If Diddy does win this trial, do you think your life will be threatened in any kind of way? No. You don't think so? You think everything will be safe? Because the girl Aubrey O'Day, she said that if Diddy wins, she's gonna leave the country.
I mean, he never did anything dangerous to me. I'm not scared.
You're not scared?
He never did
Okay,
anything
well,
dangerous to her.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That's all I wanted to.
So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you and bye. Right? That's so they could go ahead and spin their narrative. And he didn't do what to you, girl? Come on, y'all. Hold on a minute. Let child. Gina. He didn't do what to you? Child. The delusion. The delusion of it all. He didn't do what? Okay. Child, where's Tasha K at? I'm gonna see if y'all can hear her do this. I'm gonna play it through here because I ain't messing with Tasha. Shout out to Tasha, Unwind with Tasha K. Because I'm not understanding. Oh no. Tasha, I don't know where you be getting your information from, but chill, that's a lot. All right, so let me see. Why is everybody coming up under Tasha K? Hold on a minute. And then while we wait, did y'all see Remy Ma arguing with the young ladies, the the daughter of the victim that her son unalived? I'm gonna just leave that alone. All right. All right, let's listen to it in parts because that's what they have it in. Let me put the Spice Girl up here. Or do I want to do that? No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna hold on, y'all. Let me just get something real fast. Cause Gina, girl, Gina, girl, Gina, you need your whole existence. If a man is abusive, it's not going to change anything. And all I ever wanted him to do was love me. She another one does not like Young Miami because of the difference in the way she was treated versus Young Miami. So here is a picture of Gina Yoon. Hold on. Let me just go over here and see something. Can I? No, yeah. All right, so yeah, I just want to get a picture of her over here because y'all need to see. And you know what? Another thing, right? She's grew up watching her mom be abused, and so she thinks that it is love. I feel really, I kind of feel a ways, because that's what she thinks. However, um, let's do this right here, and let's do this. Oh wait, where am I? Oh, is that an overlay? I put it up there as an overlay. Child. But then, yeah, we're going to just put that up there as an overlay. Y'all not going to see, but y'all can hear me, right? All right. So I'm going to play the first part of her interview with Tasha K. Oh, gosh, what happened? Okay. So shout out to Tasha K. Hold on a minute. I can't be playing all that yes, sir over here and all that. Let me get past her. Okay. Oh, Tasha was pregnant when she did this interview?
Welcome. All right, we have a major exclusive.
Could y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can hear?
Seen her before, all right, except for one time recently. And Miss Virginia V here uploaded a video of her and Diddy the mogul.
Yes.
Okay, so welcome to the A.
Thank you for having me.
We got you all the way in from Las Vegas.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm so honored that you're sitting down with me. Now, before we get into everything, I want to say that Virginia has never, ever done an interview. Okay. So I want you to be patient with her.
Thank you for always.
She has a valid reason as to why she's, telling her story, because when we spoke the other night after the video went up and it went viral, everyone was shocked. Like, whoa, Diddy has a new girlfriend, has a new boo. You guys were like tongue kissing, and there was some photos. And I know you got hella followers for that, because when Shade Room got it, it was over. Once they get it, it's over.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I want to start from the beginning, okay? Because we discussed a lot over the phone. Some very, very intimate details and things that just kind of made me go, wow. Okay. About the specifics of you and Diddy's relationship. So I want to start from the beginning, okay?
Okay.
How long have you known Diddy?
I've known him for 5 years.
5 years. And
yes.
Do you mind telling me what year did you meet him?
I met him February 2014. Well,
yes.
Technically the very first time I met him was September 2013, because I was at a fight in Vegas and I went to the Palms and he was hosting there. So I kind of met him there, but he says he remembered it vaguely. And then 5 months later, I ran into him again in Miami, February 14th, 2014. So that's when we officially.
What was that encounter like? When you met him and you remember him, but he didn't remember you. Of course, everybody remembers Diddy. It's
yeah.
Diddy.
Well, I think he saw me, and then he was like, "This was at the Palms." He saw me, and he asked who was I with, and I pointed to the guy I was with, and he kind of left me alone after that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So that nothing really transpired.
Yeah. No.
During that meeting in Miami.
No.
Okay.
Nothing. So, no. In Vegas.
In Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was trying to holler in Vegas.
Yes.
Okay.
But then I told him I was with another man, so he kind of left me alone. But then I ran into him again February 2014.
Okay. And this was in Miami.
In Miami.
All right. And so what was that conversation like in Miami when you guys met up again for the second time and you were with a man?
I don't think when we met in Miami, I don't think he remembered me from Vegas.
Okay.
He he doesn't remember that.
Okay.
Until I told him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did he say? It was like serendipity or something?
He said he remembers it vaguely, but not really. So I don't know. I was with a friend. I was visiting a friend in Miami. She had moved to Miami from Nebraska, and I was visiting her. And we went out the night before I met him, so we were out all night, and me and her were with a couple of guys, and they were like, "Let's go to Puffy's house." So I was just like, okay, whatever. It was like 9 in the morning.
Wow.
We were
Puffy's house at 9 in the morning?
I mean, no one was.
They
no
be
one was
looking
there,
for stuff.
but he was up too, though.
Okay.
And so we went to his house at like 9 in the morning, and when I first walked in, I'm very like a chill person.
I can tell.
And so
she's petty.
Like I could walk into the White House and still be chill, but like inside I'm like screaming. But when I came to his house, obviously I was kind of like, you know, I don't know, guess like starstruck in a way, because I'm from Nebraska, so
Yep,
I'm not
for always.
So but I'm chill though.
For
And
sure.
He came. So when I came, he was like, "You not happy to see me?
Oh.
You at Diddy's house. That means you made it."
The cockiness.
Yeah.
Okay, Diddy.
But yeah, that's
And how old were you at the time?
I was 20, 21.
21.
Or 22.
Okay. And you're how old now?
I'm 27.
Okay.
Maybe 22.
So a long time.
Yeah.
These dates are crossing over. We'll get into that in a second.
You know, Tasha messy.
We're gonna get messy.
And this was 6 years ago.
So you're at the house, you meet Diddy. So obviously he made you feel comfortable. Of course, we've seen it. Diddy seems to be this like very just kind of inspirational, always just kind of over the top, DJ Khaled kind of personality. And so I take it did you guys like hit it off during that initial encounter at his house, or did it take some time?
No, not really. We were there probably for like an hour, I say. And he was talking to the guys that we were with.
Okay.
They were artists, so like they knew each other.
Okay.
So he was like talking to them most of the time. By the time we left, I had already gotten in the car, and then he like walked over to the car and asked for my number. So I gave it to him.
How'd that make you feel? Diddy asking for your number.
It made me feel, I don't know, it made me feel good, kind of, I guess.
You didn't see him as like this old pervert asking for
No, not at all.
Yeah, Tasha is very messy.
At your ex?
I mean, I knew he was older than me,
Ooh.
but I always hung out with older
Tasha
people
said-
in
Tasha
general,
said he
so
got
it didn't
shingles.
make me-
I
Yeah, it
can't.
doesn't bother me.
Now, from that time of you meeting him and you give him your number, how long did it take before you guys actually made it official? Well, you made it official, but he was off, of course, doing other things the way these dates are
We
coming.
never okay, let's be official. We never ever had that conversation. We just kind of felt like we were together.
So you spent a lot of time together.
We did.
Okay, so you were at the house. Did you meet his kids? Wow. Okay. Now, when we spoke the other night, you said that things had gotten so serious that you became pregnant. Not once, but twice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When was the first time you became pregnant with Diddy's child?
The first time was October 2014.
Okay. So this was like, what, a year after?
No, not a year, but because I met him in February and then I got pregnant in October.
Oh, so the same year.
The same year.
Okay. And you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, "You're gonna get an abortion, right?" And then I was like, "I don't know." I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I just
Okay. Hold on, y'all. I gotta give y'all an update. Oh,
I was like
okay. Hold on. I gotta give y'all an update. So, oh wow. Hold on. Why is it? I'm trying to pause it. Okay. So just an update. So they received a note that the jurors have concluded for today and will resume tomorrow. We'll bring them back out. The judge says, all rise. Jurors file back in. The judge says very briefly, thank you. Tomorrow, go directly into the jury room. Keep an open mind. Do not watch or read about this case. We'll see each other tomorrow. All rise. Then the judge says anything. They said, no, I bet you they running. Catch them jurors. Follow them home. Yeah, so they adjourned for today. And so that got to be so hard, going back to your cell, knowing that they have verdicts, but you don't know what the verdicts are. So it has to be very hard. It's going to be a very stressful night for him. But what are we going to do? It's probably the way I have this. Maybe I can just pull it up. Let me see if I pull it up under the overlay. Hold on. To see. Hold on. It's probably because I have it on the phone because I didn't really want to put Tasha's video up. Because I'm playing her audio. Okay, so this is not what. Child. This is my other. Go to the corner AOBD now. The corner AOBD. The corner. Hold on, y'all. Let me switch back to this. All right. So let me go back to Batista over here running that track. Okay, let me go to my home. Okay. So I already have the video up. I was using for my phone, but I'm gonna see if I can bring it over here without, so that way we can hear. Cause she gets right. Tasha, y'all already know how Tasha is. Tasha gets right into it. She don't really beat around the bush. Okay, so here it is. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna bring this over and see if I can just keep the overlay up and play it. I just don't want Tasha's video to be on my screen. Oh yes, I think I could do it this way. All right, we good.
Just care about him, and
y'all can hear. Put a one.
I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. I was like, I don't want your money. I just want you to be nice to me.
Whether you decide to keep the baby or not.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be fair to say that he was an asshole about it? I mean, offering somebody $50,000 to abort a baby, whew, he must really want it gone bad.
It's so messy.
I mean,
so messy.
In the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, he was. I mean, like the first 4 months, he was really nice, but then after that, he started being an asshole. So like I say, like the first 3.5 years, he was like mean to me.
So when you say mean, describe it.
He was abusive. He was like always belittling me and always like he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me.
Diddy?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the first time we've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
There was an incident, of course, with Cassie, where reporters are saying that the police were called because they got into an altercation. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Tell me some of the things that he would say to you.
He would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and she's the good one.
And he was with both of you guys at the same time.
Yeah. And at one point, like, I was breaking out really bad with acne, and he would be like, he said this a few times to me. He was like, baby, why don't you go see a doctor or something? I don't date women with bumps on their face.
Oh,
Ooh. Child,
Yeah, he would say that to me.
child.
take a drink.
I just talking about take a drink. And she like a robot.
Relax. Okay. I can tell this is bringing up a lot. We have some tissues. Thank you, Jasmine. Okay.
I gotta remind people. This is what you said.
So, of course, that is very, humiliating, especially when you love someone and they tell you that you're not good enough for them.
He would like call me names like he would call me a hoe every single day.
A hoe.
Yeah.
Why would he call you? Not that he had a reason, but like in his mind, what do you think prompted him to call you a hoe?
Now that I think about it, I think.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We're getting to use some tissue. I don't want you messing up your makeup, okay? You look gorgeous, okay?
Thinking back now, I think he did it because he wanted me to feel low about myself, like, so that I stick around him, because like no one would I don't know, I just feel like he'd try to I was naive and young when I met him, so I feel like he tried to take advantage of that and manipulate me. It made me feel low about myself.
Now let's talk about the physical abuse. If you're okay, are you okay with that? Okay.
Listen up. Listen up.
Obviously, you terminated baby one because you loved him. How long after you guys started dating is when did the physical abuse start?
The first time it ever happened, which was not even like that long into the relationship, because I met him in February, and then it was probably like the beginning of May, because we were at Meek's Mill's birthday.
Okay.
He had like a mansion party, and we went, but while we were there, I was sitting here, and then Puff, and then Meek, but I was like covered with like a stand or something, like probably says like happy birthday Meek or something like that, but it's like a little stand that like was covering me, because there was like a lot of cameras and stuff there. So it was like me, Puff, and Meek. Puff had like leaned forward to like talk to somebody, say hi or whatever, and so I turned over to Meek and I said happy birthday. He put his hand out and he was like thank you, so I reached his hand and shook it, and as I shook Meek's hand, he turned around and saw it, and he got so mad.
Wow.
And then we probably like stayed like 20 minutes after that happened, and then when we got in the car, he like grabbed my hair. We were in the, one of those Escalade trucks.
Okay.
So I was sitting on this side, he was on the other side, and he like grabbed my hair and like cussed me out for doing that. He was like, why the fuck, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Oh, he was like, why the fuck you shaking his hand for, like, just saying stuff like that.
I
was
like a jealous rage.
Yeah, I was like, I was just saying happy birthday, nothing else. I think he thought I was trying to be sneaky behind his back, because I like reached over when he like leaned forward to talk to somebody else. So he thought I was trying to be sneaky.
And you were how old at this time?
I was 22 probably.
Wow. Okay.
And then he did this, so
3 months.
King Los was sitting in the back.
Okay.
And then when we got to the hotel,
3 months.
it got even worse. And he took one of my heels and tried to throw it at me, and then he
Shoes,
like
bang.
mushed my face and like really hard and made my nose bleed.
Wow.
And the only person that ever,
Do none harm.
every time me and he like we get into like fights like that, the only person that ever helped me was D-Rock. Everyone else just kind of just allowed it to happen and just like looked the other way.
So most of his entourage were, I guess, enablers.
Like his staff.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
And they wouldn't say anything. They would just watch him.
No, not watch it, but kind of just walk away and just leave us alone and not really step in to stop.
Wow. Now, what made you stay? Because obviously there's baby number 2, and then there's more beatings, according to you, that happened after that, because that was just the first time. What made you stay?
Because I just thought, that he was only being like that because he loved me.
Man, teach your daughters.
Get your tissue. I don't want you messing up your makeup, okay? I'm sure you've shed enough tears about this, so.
Because, I mean, I grew up watching my mom get beat by my dad, so that's all I knew. So I just thought it was normal, and I thought it just mean he loved me.
Do you know most domestic abuse victims don't talk about their abuse? They're ashamed of it. They feel like as if they've done something to deserve it.
Yeah, I felt that.
It's sad. This is so sad.
Let's talk about baby 2.
Did he think
When
everybody
did baby 2 come?
a cheater? No, because he's ugly.
Last year in August.
So, talk about that conversation. You're pregnant.
How you know
You
that?
tell him. And this is obviously after 6 years of you guys being together.
And mind you, it wasn't my fault that I got pregnant. I told him, because I have like this period app and it tells me when I'm ovulating and stuff. So I told him that I'm ovulating, so don't do it. But he just did it anyway. And then I got pregnant, and he like, okay, just get an abortion, like no hesitation. But this time was harder for me because I had been with him for so long, and I was like really in love with him, and
They be in love with
part
them.
of me wanted to keep it, but he didn't want it. So we had agreed to get it, but I only agreed to it because he told me to. And then we went to Turks and Caicos like a couple days later.
She was out in
And
Caicos too.
during that time, he was like giving me drinks, like alcohol, like giving me drinks to drink, and I was just like, I'm not comfortable. He was like, you're gonna get an abortion anyways. And but he was like kind of being distant towards me during the whole trip. And when we came back, he had like, when we came back on Sunday, because we were there for a whole week, we were gonna do it that next day, Monday. So when we came back from Turks on Sunday, he had like left me to go meet up with Cassie. So he kind of just left me there for like half the day, and I was like, how are you gonna leave me when you want me to do this thing tomorrow? And he was just like obviously making excuses why he had to go.
And this was just last year.
So so because he left on Sunday, I was like, I'm not doing this tomorrow. Like, I need some time to think. And so I told him that. I was like, I need time to think about it some more. Like, I'm not comfortable. And he was like, well, then you can get out my house. Like, just being mean to me. He was like, I did this and this and this for you, and now you're not gonna, you told me you was gonna do it, and now you're not doing it anymore.
A
Like, you could get out my house.
Sean didn't shoot up that club.
Wow, that's a lot to do.
She did shoot the club up.
I just couldn't imagine being like forced to get rid of a child, you know, especially if I'm under the impression that I made this child out of love. Like,
And not only that, when I had the second abortion, he I had to go home like I had to go home 2 days later because he had to go on a trip to Burning Man.
to Burning Man?
To Burning Man, which is in Nevada. It's like a festival in the desert.
Okay.
They get high.
So I had to go through that, and then he went to Burning Man, and he just left me like fucked up. He didn't like because you don't have service in Burning Man because it's just a desert. So I couldn't get a hold of him, or like he can't, or his texts weren't coming through. But like I was just at home by myself, just fucked up in my head, and he didn't even care. Like, if it was me, I mean, it was like if he had to do something traumatic like that for me, like I wouldn't just leave him and go on a trip.
Anything could have happened to you and you couldn't get in contact with them.
Yeah, I did that, and then he goes and leave me.
Yep, with Cassie. He sure did. See, I wasn't paying attention, and she got the yes sign. I'm gonna have to cut that out. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so let's go. We got part 2 right here. Oh wait, how do we get over there? Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can get it past all her advertisement. I ain't messing around with Tasha. I'm gonna have to snip that little snippet out. Okay, here we go, y'all. Child, yeah, he went to Burning Man with Cassie. He sure did. He went to Burning Man with Cassie, left her because he was messing with her and Cassie at the same time. So she was actually victim. She was supposed to be victim number 3. I thought that they were supposed to be introducing her. The interview that she did with the FBI, even though because she didn't show up, but it is so telling. It is so telling how the defense was so, matter of fact, she's not coming. Gina's not coming. Mark Agnifilo just does not have a filter. So you can draw the inference that she got paid to stay home. All right, here we go.
That's the first time where you said it was like at Meek's party and he grabbed your hair and stuff like that. Like, can you name a few more instances?
The other time was he had caught me texting another man. We was in Miami, and
Texting another man. Child.
It got really crazy that time. We was upstairs, and he had like, we were in his closet, and he like pushed me, and I fell to the ground, and then he like stood over me, So I was like laying on my back, and he stood over me, and he started like punching me like this. Like he avoided my face, but he like started punching me like on the side of my head, and I was just like covering my face. And he did that. He did that, and then after he got done doing that, he like, cause he was standing, his legs were like in between me, so he stomped on my stomach like really hard, and I like took the wind out of my breath. I couldn't breathe, and he kept hitting me, and I was like pleading to him like, can you stop? I can't breathe. And he like stopped for a little bit. He like grabbed my hair from the back and like was
Wow.
like punching the back of my head, because he was just avoiding my face when he was like hitting me.
Wow.
The next big fight we got into was I can't remember if it was like in November or beginning of December of last year. At that point I was like fighting back because I just had enough of his shit, and he kept like pushing my buttons, and I was just like trying to like calm the situation down before it got worse, and he just kept pushing me, and then so I left his bedroom and I went down to like the meditation room. It's kind of like a guest house, like it's like separate from his house, and he followed me there. And he like continued talking shit to me, and I just got to the point where I was just so angry that I like took a bottle of De Leon and then I like smashed it on the ground, and he was like, you bitch, you did that at my house with my kids here, bitch, my kids is here. And then I ran out the meditation room, or
Meditation room.
meditation room.
Okay.
And he chased after me. He pushed me to the ground outside, and he took my hair and like was dragging me across like the grass in my hair with my hair. And then
He liked to drag.
after that, like a couple hours later, like it was the weekend, so we had people coming over, and he just like acted like nothing happened. So I mean, but that's all the time. Like every time.
Now, when you say acting like nothing happened, like what were his mannerisms?
Like he was just dancing and like laughing and
the
talking
facade.
to me like we just didn't just get into a physical fight.
Wow. When was the last time he put hands on you? When was the last time?
It was like in November, December of last year.
Of 2018.
Yeah. That was the last time.
And tell me about that incident.
Yeah, that was the meditation room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot. Let's talk about the other girls. One in particular, Cassie, because he was very public with Cassie.
Mm-hmm.
And according to you actually met him when he was with Cassie.
Yeah.
So could you explain to me how this like came to be and what made you stay even though he was with Cassie? What was he telling you?
When I first met Puff, I did not find him I didn't like him like that.
Okay.
He liked his money. Mm-hmm.
But eventually like he grew on me, because after I met him in Miami, he invited me to All Star, which was like the week after, like Valentine's Day, around Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So I went to All Star.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, sorry.
You know, you're good.
So I went to All Star, and then after that, like we just kept hanging out, and after only a month, he told me he loved me, and I was like, no, you don't, because I thought that I would, if anything, I thought I would be the first one to feel like that. So I didn't believe him. And then after that, I was like, maybe he does love me. So he like grew on me more and more. And he like would do all these nice things for me. And that is what kept me around.
Okay. And you knew about Cassie.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did Cassie know about you? Is the question.
She did. She knew about me like 4 months into the relationship.
Okay. And how did you find out about that, Cassie knowing about you?
Because she reached out to me.
Oh, she did? Mm-hmm. What did she say? On Instagram or just
no text?
Okay.
Basically, she just said to just leave him alone.
Okay.
But she reached out to me like a few times after that, and she was never like nasty to me. She didn't call me names or nothing. She was always nice. I don't know if it was fake or not, but she was always nice.
Okay. And so what was your response to Cassie?
She told me, like, the last time I spoke to her, which was like a couple years ago, she told me, she was like, she called me at like 4 a.m. and was like, hey, I just had a dream and I just wanted to call you and tell you that I don't have,
They were attracted to his
I don't
mom.
hate you, I don't have bad blood towards you or anything like that.
Let's talk about the women, because obviously, like, you know, of course we know you said it was definitely you and Cassie, but were there others?
He's always told me that it was just only us two, but I don't believe him because I always catch him like texting other girls and stuff like that. So like after my abortion, it was this girl named Jordan. I mean, it was girls before that, but it's like after the abortion, it was just like too much for me to handle, and it was just like Jordan, and then the Jocelyn girl, and then
Jocelyn.
the cat girl,
Cat.
and then just recently Lori Harvey.
Child, she done outed.
Steve Harvey's stepdaughter.
Yeah. We was here in Atlanta for Super Bowl. He invited me to come, and I did, and we were staying at this house he rented out, and we were having parties the whole weekend, and she had came over, and I noticed that they were gone for like a long time, and I was like looking everywhere for them, asking like everyone if they seen him, and everyone just told him no. But then like I remember like I like turned around and I saw him, and then I looked this way and then I saw her. Like they reappeared together. I mean, separately, but like reappeared at the same time. Because I was looking for her too. At the same time, I was looking for him because I suspected that he like snuck away with her.
Yeah, you act like you was the main.
And now she's like at family functions, and like he invites her to his events and stuff in Miami, and they was just in Virginia not too long ago.
Wow. Now, I know you had mentioned there was pictures of girls that you found, like naked photos of girls and stuff, like while you guys were together.
Mm-hmm. Like his nanny or whatever, her name was like Nikki. I saw like her sending him pictures of her vagina to his phone, and I asked him, and he was like, well, what do you expect? You're fucking with a rock star. Like that's what he would say to me.
A rock star.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Or superstar, whatever he said.
What about like of any other of the women that you just named?
Oh, and on my birthday, he had shown me a picture of me and him. That the first pic that we ever took, and I was like, you should save that as your screensaver. So he was like, I don't know how. So I was trying to show him, and I saved the picture to his photo album on his phone, and then I clicked on the photo album to like set it as a screensaver, and I saw a picture of him and Lori, like the same exact pose.
What do you mean?
I mean, the same exact pose that he took with me,
Okay.
and he did the same with Lori.
They say he's
Were they
very
clothed or not?
No.
everything.
They weren't clothed.
No.
Lori Harvey.
I mean, I didn't see the whole body. I just seen like up here, up. I mean, like up,
Okay.
like from her chest and up.
And did you ever have any problems with Lori
No, I don't have any more problems with her.
or any of the other women?
No.
Because I know you said Cassie was, of course, very respectful, but she still wanted you to step back.
Yeah, no. I mean, it makes me angry a little bit, but I know that it's not their fault. So I don't have any. I'm not angry with them.
Wow. Now I kind of hate to bring this up, but if Diddy is messing with Lori, wasn't his son Justin messing with Lori as well?
I'm not sure what their relationship was, but I know that Justin was trying to talk to her when we were here at Super Bowl.
Wow. So does his family know about you? Have you met his family? Have
Yeah, I
you lived in the
Well,
houses? Because I know he has a few houses and
I
things
don't
like
know.
that. so-
No, I never lived in his
I
house,
was
but
just
yeah, I know.
always. Yeah, I was just thinking about that because remember the nanny was Kim's cousin or somebody, and she was remember he fired her because she was pregnant. Is the baby yours, puppy? This is just too much. He is just got way too much time on his hand. Do he have more hours in the day than we do? Because I'm just trying to figure this out. He's always doing something. Okay, let's get back into this. But yeah, I thought the same thing that you thought for always. My mind immediately went to the nanny who was this Kim's cousin. And it's crazy. And did y'all see the lady that's taking care of the AOB said, ooh. Did y'all hear about the lady that's taking care of the twins? She's come out and now she is on a social media tour. Talking about, Puffy never did none of this and people need to be mindful because of his kid. He got himself into this situation. We didn't get him into this situation. So, y'all need to, put the energy where it needs to be. Y'all talking to the internet, but y'all not talking to him. So yeah, it's just crazy how they're going to blame everybody except telling him to look in the mirror and y'all all stand behind him and look in the mirror at him because he is the reason why he's in the position that he is in. Why are you mad with the world? Be mad at that dude. But anywho.
Know his whole entire family.
Okay. And so the family knew about you and Cassie at the same time.
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you ever, I guess, feel any sort of anger towards Cassie? Never.
I mean, I felt like
of their family,
a little jealous, like wishing that I could do the things that she get to do with him.
Yeah.
Like
and what did you ever talk to Diddy about that?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
He don't care. Yeah. I just had to play my position.
Play your position. Wow.
What type of did he ever talk to you about him and Cassie's relationship?
No, he always spoke highly of Cassie.
Did Cassie know about your pregnancies? Do you think? No.
No one knew until now.
Okay. You got the clues there.
So the video is out. Everyone obviously knows by watching this interview that she got you did upload the videos out of spite to actually prove that you and Diddy had a relationship. So when you did come forward, there was actually receipts.
I think he did.
How did Diddy react to you uploading the videos, being that you guys weren't on speaking terms, and he's always kept you out of the public?
I didn't speak to him that day because I guess he had surgery that morning, and then when he woke up from his surgery, he was like, "What's going on?"
What
Like,
surgery?
Yeah.
oh, he had a soldier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, "What's?" I only know this from his son, because he called me like or whatever. But I guess he was like, "What's going on?" Like, I just woke up. I didn't do anything. And he never does anything.
Okay. Now you said there was a text message that you received from him.
Oh, yeah. So I hit him the next day, though, and I said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that E! News reached out to me." And that's all I said. And he responded and said, "TMZ is working on a story with you and Tristan Thompson, and I never even met Tristan in my life."
Wait. I want you to be clear with that. Wait a minute. So he responded.
See that?
He responded and said, "TMZ is working on a story with you and Tristan Thompson, LOL."
Harvey. Put that camera on me. Harvey. So you've never met Tristan?
I've never met Tristan.
Okay. And Harvey was going to put together a story for Diddy to make it seem like you guys were no longer together because you were obviously messing with Tristan. So he was going to create a scandal, is what you're saying.
I guess.
Ooh, this is the wrong person to tell it to. Tasha, Tasha been her
How'd that make
glory
you feel
right
when you
now.
heard that? I mean, they always using Tristan Thompson for something. I really believe they used Tristan Thompson to get Jordan Woods out of that Kardashian clan. Like, if you ask me, they plotted that. You know what I'm saying? It was just way too close to home. Like, you know.
It was like, I felt, I mean, it wasn't like nothing new to me because it's like now that I know Puff, I was like, he would do some shit like that to me because he's done so many fucked up things to me. But it's just like, I posted a video of us loving each other. It's not like I didn't say anything. I just posted videos and pictures of us loving each other. No.
And why do you think he, I guess, seems like he was trying to fix it? Why do you think he was trying to fix it? Like, I guess fix, I guess the publicity that was surrounding the videos and pictures that you uploaded. Why would he say to you that TMZ is trying to fix, like, I guess is working on a story? Because obviously he's trying to fix it. Why do you think he would try to shut it down? I mean, we're under the impression he's single and being like, the best dad of the year, of the century. You know?
I mean, he talks to other girls, so I don't know if he's telling other girls that he's single, and I don't know what he's saying to other girls. Maybe he's trying to hide that from the new girls.
Okay.
I'm not sure why
Sit it up now.
It's such a big deal if he's single.
Caught it. Oh yeah, they either threatened her or she got paid. So that's what it is with Gina. Either I believe she got paid, because you see, she said that she had and so what I did hear her say was, after
commercial is your personal
after she
negotiator, right?
Okay, so after she had to, after that, she said he stumped on on her stomach, because somebody was saying that he stumped on her stomach to cause the second termination. That's not what she said. She said she had it, and then shortly after that they had a fight, but she didn't say that. She didn't say that here. So I did hear that rumor. Just low self-esteem, like, and if her growing up in a home where her mother was abused, that says a whole lot in itself. So she's thinking that it's love already, and it's probably more harder for her to separate herself because she saw her mother go through it. But you see how she wasn't attracted to him initially, but she was attracted to that money. And this is where the money will get you every time. It'll get you, every time. Every time it's going to get you.
Nervous?
A little bit. I mean, it's cause it's just cause I really did love and care about him. Like,
She did this
it
interview.
was like unhealthy
Cared about him. Child.
because
We got it.
I say it's unhealthy because it was like I didn't care about myself because I just care about him, and I would do like selfless things for him, and then I wouldn't get anything reciprocated, but then I would watch him like treat other women better than he treat me.
Child. Wipe it up.
It still bothers you.
It does because it's still fresh. The last time I seen him was in April. I mean, it's been months, but I think I never had a man put his hands on me. So
that's
like he put his hands on me and made me feel like it was always like a push and pull with him. It's like he would pull me close to him and push me away at the same time, which confused me. And I don't know, it just hurts.
The other night when we spoke, you said that in addition to you saying that you honestly thought that this was what love was.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that really broke my heart. I mean, it's not too many things that make me like choke up, but when you said that, it really, I mean, I just laid down thinking like all night, like, wow, like just to really hear you. And it's like you believed it, that this is what love is.
Yeah, I really thought
so
that.
young,
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned because you mentioned to me that he had done good things as well as bad things, and those bad things were the beatings that you allege and things like that. And so I wanted to ask you, when you compare those good things, because you shared with me like he's of course helped you move,
that is,
I guess, giving you gifts and things like that.
The Diddy package.
After our conversation, because obviously you're here now because you had to think about it because you weren't, sold on like coming to tell your story.
She has
What made you change your mind and come forward?
Before him,
he had like cut me off.
Okay.
Cut off.
When did he cut you off?
He cut me off beginning of May.
And that's why he's doing this interview.
Yes, this year.
He cut off.
He cut me off, and and so I was just gonna like move on gracefully and like just let it go, and like because I'm not like a petty, spiteful, malicious person. I was just whatever, But then he like keep reaching out to me, hit me up on Instagram. I blocked his number, so he was just hitting me up on Instagram saying like, I miss you, call me. So finally, I relapsed, and because I was missing him too, and
I cannot
reached out to him. I texted him like, hey, and we were talking like, hey, how are you, type of stuff, and then it like the conversation went left, like it always does. It went left, and he was like, you're so disrespectful, like you don't know what you did, like I've been helping you so many years, you and your daughter, and that's how you treat me. And he like not once mentioned or acknowledged anything that he's done to me. And it's like, I just had enough. Like, I don't know,
it just angered me what he was saying. And I was like, you need to be held accountable for your actions, because I'm not the first and maybe not the last person that you're going to do this to. Everyone else had let you or allowed you to just get away with it, including me. And you need to be held accountable for your actions. And maybe hopefully this will prevent him from doing it again to another woman. And I know that, and another reason why I want to do this interview, because I know that there's plenty of girls out there who are young and naive and didn't know no better like me. And that's what old rich men prey on and try to manipulate them and abuse them. And whoever's watching this, I hope like it opens up your eyes to the real truth. Like, yeah, he could say he loves you and this and that, but if he's putting his hands on you, that's not love.
Right. And then you don't show up.
Did you ever,
Correct.
I guess, call
Correct.
the police or
Don't show up to court.
never?
No, because I mean,
She's a secret sauce, y'all. That's what he said. She's a secret sauce. Meaning she's the
Did
one.
he ever threaten you?
She ain't coming to court.
Like, if you were to say something?
not that I could think of right now, no.
Okay.
I think he just knew that I wouldn't.
So explain, because I know a lot of viewers are going to be asking, because obviously the videos told a different story. They were under the impression that everything was all good between you and Diddy. And then when I got the call that, no, this was something that you intentionally did. And I just kind of want you to explain why you uploaded the videos of you and Diddy making out, and now everyone's under the impression that you guys are like this new couple, but this has actually been history. Like, I mean, this is history between you two.
I did it out of spite because during the whole relationship, he made me feel like he loved me so much, and like he made me feel like we had like a special friendship and all that stuff, and like, but like no one thinks that. Like, I would get hate messages all the time, like from like fake pages, and that's, and I was just sick of it, and I was sick of him.
Hate messages, what would they say? So obviously there were some people that knew about you guys, but just not the public.
Yeah.
Okay, so what were some of those messages that you would get?
Like
Allie, don't do it.
Like, stop messing with him. Like, you know, he's with so and so, and you know, he's texting so and so. He's liking so and so's pictures. You think he cares about you? No, because he's talking to plenty of other girls. Like, I would just always get those kind of messages.
How do you feel?
But you know,
now getting this out right now,
like,
I feel
all of this.
I feel good. I feel like
hold
I said it,
Allie,
because I kept it all.
Okay, so you know, I felt for her in this instance, but the shenanigans that she's pulling during this trial. Oh, my battery about to go out. I'm just not really not feeling the shenanigans that she has been pulling since this trial started. She has been uploading like subliminal messages to Instagram and everything else. So, you know, you hear it, it's a sad story. You want to give her grace, but at the same time, she's playing games. Like, she's not as innocent as she comes off to be. She was purposely trolling Young Miami on Instagram. Purposely. She knew exactly what she was doing. So it's just the innocence for me is not, I'm not sold on the innocence so much, because like, she has petty in her and she has done petty things. And all through this trial, she's done petty things. She's been posting subliminal messages on her Instagram all trial. So I don't know how much, I feel sorry. Her story is such a bad one, but she's doing an interview, she said, because he cut her off. Then she blocked him. And then they started messing around again. But I do believe, I'm going to have to listen for this, that she said that did she say that he hit her in front of her child? I'm going to have to listen to that again. But my thing is, and it's okay, you can't, somebody has to like date the rich people in the world, right? But you know what you signed up for, because if he was with Cassie, then you just know that you like weren't the only one. But he really, really, really kept her out of the spotlight, and I guess she got tired of it, so she posted pictures of them. And so everybody was, reporting on the picture saying, meet Diddy's new girlfriend. And then that's when he said that TMZ was running the story now about her messing with Tristan. Child, a whole mess. But yeah, she's not innocent at all. At all. She's a very pretty woman. Yeah, she said it on the last one. So she put up videos of them like kissing and stuff like that. And they were all the newspaper was the outlets were reporting this is Diddy's new girlfriend. And then after that, that's why he was saying that they were going to fix it. Like, I have something right here. Meet Diddy's new girlfriend. This is Rolling Out Radio, Rolling Out magazine. Radar Online, the Jasmine brand. Yeah, they was it was everywhere, because she is the one. Page 6. Yeah, she I guess she got tired of him like hiding her, and so she uploaded the videos herself. The pictures herself, and and it went viral. So so Ali said, I'm not sold on the innocence either, but I mean, it's sad. So much did he to putting his hands on her is why I find right. He does it. I don't think it was not one person that he did not put his hands on, but I think Daphne Joy was the first person that he didn't put his hands on until she put her hands on him. So there we are. Let's go. Let's get this.
Into myself. I had friends to talk to, and I would tell them, but I feel like they never really understood me. And they're from Nebraska, so they don't know. Mm-hmm. So I kept it to myself a lot, and it was driving me crazy. And now saying it, I feel freer.
Girl, you liberated.
That's good.
Yeah.
I want to listen.
Now, are you under any sort of therapy right now?
No, but I do want to start to talk to a therapist.
I thought it was okay.
We can help you out with that, like, putting you in contact with some therapists in Las Vegas, because I do think being that you experienced that, it's like you were a child and you were, in a very toxic environment, mm-hmm. and then you go into the relationship thinking that this is normal because this is what you were raised to see and think it was okay. So moving forward, to make sure that you don't make the same choices that you made, okay? And you'll be able to recognize the signs of when you see someone who carries those traits. Mm-hmm. Therapy will help you to really kind of pinpoint those factors and uncover you, so mm-hmm. that you'll be able to choose someone that will be able to fulfill your needs and love you like you should be loved, because you got a beautiful little girl.
Thank you.
She's so full of life. And we want her to keep that
Yeah.
life energy. You know what I'm saying? Because those are that's our future, you know? I have a daughter as well, and you know, I make sure that I protect her because I want her to always keep that fire and that spark when it comes to, and everything that you do, she will see and feel. She may not ever be there, but she can feel it when mommy's sad and when mommy's happy. So we need to make sure that mommy is always happy or able to cope when she's not, to make her daughter feel like this is okay, this is a part of life, and we're gonna get through this.
He's hit me in front of her once.
Yes, he did go. Yep. I just
shit.
heard that. I heard it.
He hit you in front of your child.
What I heard.
I wonder how many women he's probably hit in front of his kids.
None, because
I knew
he don't want them to see him like that.
He has daughters. Like, why? That type of karma is real. You know, they may not be able to see daddy doing it, but they'll be able to feel it. They can. You can tell. You know. And let me ask you something. When he
in front of her child,
when you said that he hit you in front of your daughter, how did she react?
She was 3 at the time, and
wow, 3.
so when it was over, we went downstairs because we were at his house. So we went downstairs, and she's like, she calls him Poppy, and she's like, Poppy hit you, and she said that in front of one of the house manager, and she heard it. And I think someone, like, I'm sure someone said something to him because that was the only time that I heard
it. I was like, wait, I heard it
in front of her.
Is there anything you want to say to him? You want to look at the camera and say to Diddy?
No,
I don't know. I just feel like
if you had, like, if this was the last conversation that you guys would ever have,
you know, just like, draw him out.
And obviously, I'm sure, you know, be on the phone with each other. You guys obviously don't get each other's point across. But when you do stuff like this is like writing a letter. You know, that's one thing I've learned going through therapy. Is when you write a letter, not only do you get to get it out, but the other person, there's no dialogue to go back. So they only have to hear you. So this is your moment for, like, your letter.
That's funny. I've tried to express how I feel so many times to him through text. I write, like, paragraphs, tell him on the phone, in person. I even wrote letters to him. But it, like, never changed.
Well, write him now.
Well, I want to thank you for having the courage to come forward, because I don't think, and I don't think you realize your power now that you possess, but I'm sure there's, if this has happened, I'm not saying if, being that this has happened to you, because this is your story, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're lying. This is your story. You know, I'm sure that there are a lot of people that are going to be thanking you, and it may not come out the way that it should, but just know that this is the first step to taking your power back. You know,
him under that jail.
And the more you own that, the less people try you, because they don't know. You know, so you're a very beautiful girl. You have a beautiful daughter.
Thank you.
Do you have anything, like, you know, being that you were, I guess, with Puff for so many years, what type of things are you working on now that you guys are, like, separated?
Right now, I just became the official face for hemp water lifestyle.
Hemp water?
Yes.
Okay.
It has 10 milligrams of CBD in it. Tastes really pretty good.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So look at you, coming out, speaking your truth. You know what I'm saying? Claiming only your power. Now you got endorsement deals. And you don't need none of his money.
Nope.
That's what I'm talking about.
And more to come, too. More to come.
More to come? Put some money in my pocket? Look. Listen. Girl, get it while you can, okay?
Right.
Get it while you can. Listen.
Exactly.
Well, is there anything else you want to share to the viewers so that they can get to know you? Because I'm sure that you're going to be, this is not going to be the first time you're going to tell your story, because I think,
that's what I said.
in this industry, especially with Hollywood and this business of entertainment, there are just so many girls like you said, and they don't say anything because one, they're scared, and there's other reasons. They want to get ahead. They think that they're not going to be able to make it. But for you are a walking testimony that there is life after this. And so now you have a manager who's helping to solidify deals for you to move up with your modeling career. And so would you be open to speaking at like different like functions to kind of talk to girls who have like been through abusive relationships such as yourself, especially with being in relationships with high powered people?
Yes, of course. I want to help women.
Okay.
I like to help. It makes me feel good. So that's another reason why I wanted to do this interview, because I know that there's women out there who would watch this and it would give them light, maybe, and open their eyes to like
Gina girl,
a different perspective.
Everybody down. I hope you spoke.
And I want to say this, and I'm just going to say hypothetically, what if the reason Cassie wasn't mean to you is because she was going through the exact same thing? Did you ever think about that?
Last time
I'm not sure.
Was to give her that.
I'm not sure what she knew about me, but I'm pretty sure she could feel me in a way. Because she even was like, because when she said, I don't have no hate towards you, I've been in your position. She said that to me, so... Yeah,
because I think the crossover was between her and
Kim.
Puffs. Yeah, Kim. So, but she seems happy now, and she's pregnant fast. And so,
good for her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so, like, just for her to be in a relationship that long, and then to only be in this short relationship with her new guy, and now she's pregnant. So, I think like the reason, and I'm just saying hypothetically that we speak for her. I'm glad that she was never disrespectful towards you. Because I'm sure that she kind of understood maybe this girl is going through the same thing that I'm going through. Maybe she's scared, or she's, probably being hit and things like that. And so
maybe, but she definitely did want me to stop talking to her man.
She did.
No, but then she called you.
Okay, I'm just trying to play the good guy here. Like, I always personally believe that I think people who date the same people should eventually talk, because it's like, I say this all the time on my show. You may want to hate that ex, but that ex will have some information that could possibly be beneficial to you. You'll be surprised at how many girls will find out things, or be trying to, or, exes will try to tell the new girls things and they don't listen, and then they find themselves in that same situation. So I'm always like, hey, just listen to them.
Yeah. No, I don't have no ill feelings towards his exes or his new girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. You're just moving on.
I'm just glad it's over.
Okay. Virginia B. All right, y'all heard that. That is
okay. Let me get this off before she come on here with this yes sir, and we're not doing that. No sir. So yeah, that was Gina Hume, the person that just said on TMZ he never did anything to harm her. He never did anything mean to her. She didn't show up to court to testify or any of that, even though she was on the docket, if you will. She just did not show. Where is she? Okay, there she is. So she just did not show up on today. So, and that's her problem. I just think that, there is not too much that she can do at this point by, posting subliminals and all this other stuff on. But it was just funny how she popped out today and they were saying that they couldn't find her, but they knew that they can find her. It probably was a good thing that they didn't put her on the stand, because they probably would have ate her up. I also want to know, was she doing FOs? That's what she's never said she was doing, those FOs, and nobody else said it, she was doing them either. So She didn't say anything about him giving her D rugs. It's, she probably wanted to eliminate that, all that stuff from, if it is true, especially if she's getting endorsement deals with companies. That's the last thing that you want is them, because they will cut you just like that. That's why when people are following these false reports or even saying negative things on social media, when you get an endorsement deal or you do a campaign for a brand, they watch your social media platforms. They absolutely do. And so they have a PR person that's looking. As soon as they see something that's negative, they pull the deal. And you just stand there and they like, we just can't have that representing our brand. So, hopefully, she moves on. Because did y'all notice that when she was in that video for Whole Foods, she didn't have nothing in her hands? So you think TMZ called her like, all right, come on, go over there and go to the Whole Foods. We're going to meet you at the Whole Foods and just walk on out. She didn't have nothing in her hands now that I'm remembering. She was in the Whole Foods. Okay. Y'all can go ahead and believe that if y'all want. Y'all, I want to understand that my stance on Diddy is... Wait a minute, I like this right here. Why is your finger up like that? I've never liked him or how he moves, even before all of this came to light. Me either. When y'all see me say something about one of his victims. No, me either. I don't, Diddy was not somebody that, he's not attractive to me. He's not any of those things to me. He's not attractive to most of the victims that he's with. They are with him because of the money. And that is why he's insecure. Also, on top of that, he really, really... On top of that, he really, really... something just threw me off. On top of that, I forgot what I was going to say. Well, he's not attractive. Not attractive to me. And then, I know what I was going to say. On top of that, he's not living in his truth. But he should be, because they sure enough just put it out there in this case. So I hope he don't think that it was lost on us that, the government said, oh, but he had the camera pointed more on the male paid worker in some of the videos. So listen, everybody else knows, and the rabbit hole goes really, really, really deep when it comes to Diddy. Now, I don't know how true it is, but because I was like, wait a minute, was he around? And I'm trying to think of when Chris Cross was out there saying that, Jermaine Dupri is into the same thing that he's not into, allegedly. And so there's Chris Cross, because the Christopher from Chris Cross, he OD'd and passed away. And they were just saying that it was a lot. I watched some, little documentary. They had Quincy Jones on there saying so much stuff. I was just like, wow, this stuff is just so crazy. They said Quincy Jones was having parties just like Puffy. You come to the party, you take everybody's phone, and I don't know. But anyway, I'm about to get out of here. We've been here a while. So they will be deliberating on tomorrow, according to what we were told. Oh, yeah, tomorrow's just a second. So if they don't come up with a verdict tomorrow, then it will be on. They will be on a third. But I believe that the judge said he's leaving that up to them. They only have one count to work on, though, and that's the RICO. So I think most definitely we'll have a verdict by tomorrow, because if they're still hung, the judge is going to let them go home and come back. I don't know how long he's going to let them deliberate. But what people are failing to realize is that then they'll give a verdict on counts 2 through 5. And the prosecution can recharge him on the RICO. And I know that they're still working behind the scenes to get more evidence, and they'll be able to, they said Quincy Jones was a mess. They'll be able to introduce that new evidence in if they retry him on a RICO, if they don't find him guilty. So that's what people thinking, if they have a hung jury, they can't, agree to the RICO. So he's not doing a mistrial. No, they got verdicts on the other counts. That those counts will stand, and they can bring these charges on him for the RICO again, and they probably have a better case this time. And the next time they try him for the RICO, then more than likely they'll probably just, have all his co-defendants sitting in the court. Y'all want to know where the enterprise is? This is the enterprise. And still, because I think during a trial, they need to explain to the jurors why these people got immunity deals. They got immunity deals because if they didn't take the immunity deal, they would have been indicted. They would have been indicted co-conspirators. And they didn't explain that to them. So that's why everybody's like, oh, Diddy is just one person. No, it's everybody that worked for him that committed crimes. They are the enterprise, but people, they're not understanding that. So, yeah, I believe if people are going to tell the story, they need to tell the whole thing. Yeah, not just the part that makes the other person look bad. Well, they kind of control. Well, her in this case, yeah, it's probably some, backstory or whatever with Diddy. But in court, like, you kind of have like the defense and the government, like, controlling what is let in and what is what is not let in. So that's why it is up to the defense to, bring out all of those things out of them. But I do know that the government did not. They said they did not want anybody to testify that had a record. So like Roger Bonds has a record. He had just got out of jail when he got this job. And all the other guys were street guys as well. I don't know if Fahim used to be in the street or, but, and he's not. But all of the people that got those immunity deals, they had to tell on themselves on the stand. Listen, he sent me to get the drugs. That's a crime, regardless to whether you knew or not. It's a crime. Everybody knows it's a crime to buy, purchase drugs. So that's why I couldn't understand when Brendan Paul was talking about, no, you knew, you know, as a child that drugs is wrong. So that's the only thing that, they had to take that immunity deal or else risk being indicted with the rest of these people that we didn't call in here. So anyway, I'm about to head on out, y'all. Thank you for rocking out with me. Hopefully we'll have something tomorrow. So I'm going to end the show the way I usually end it, by bringing awareness that men can get breast cancer too. Because of the stigma surrounding the word breast, we have changed the word to peck and or chest cancer around here. You got to run with baby A. Okay. I'm about to head out too, Allie. Thank you so much for being here. There's 3 sides your side, her side, or his side, and the truth. It's 3 sides to every story. That is so true. So let's continue to bring awareness that men do get breast cancer too. And to all of my ladies, please make sure, love your fam, Allie. Thank you. Please make sure that you are getting your mammograms, filling on your boobies to make sure you are all right. All right. And don't you dare let Auntie One come into your house and disturb the peace that passes all understanding. I'm Survivor Speaks. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for rocking out with me. Hit that like button on the way out if you didn't. Peace. Peace.
Full cycle, I just might though, just like a Michael. Mama gone now, I'm thinking death is now we entitled. And it was me versus me, them battles had to fight through. And when you way in the dark, them demons try to fight you. But you can't let them when you gotta see the damn light. Diabetes came from nowhere, messed up whole life. That's what I used to think, my mama helped me out. I got one there in the sky to make proud, don't count me out. Let's get it started, rest in peace my mama, I don't wanna talk. Fresh fit, who that little nigga, fresh the way he walk. New drip, I'm that take the after.